Alright, guys, we are all welcome back to Brainbell World. Um, Welcome back to our level 2 HTML training. So, like we've done the other time, we go into our workspace as you said. So, from our project that we have created, then we don't have to create another HTML file. So, we name it forms and button. Okay, forms and button. Don't forget the extension HTML. Okay, so when we open our text editor, so now we begin our coding. So let me change the page title into forms and button. All right, so let me firstly show us our browser view before we start our coding. You can see that the browser is empty for now. So when starting our coding, you want to create a form for your client to fill: the first name, the last name, username, password, blah blah blah, email, all those things, and the submit button. Okay, so we start by inputting our label tag. Okay, so then this label uh we have to identify what we are labeling, what the label is meant for. So our introduce our for attributes, which is our first name. So let me write f name, meaning first name. Okay, so what we'll be displaying for our clients to see, okay, first name. All right, so let's display it and see what is there. Can you see? So that is our first name label. All right, but to make it more interactive and beautiful, when you're filling a form, you have to make it interactive and beautiful to your clients. So the next thing we will introduce is our input tag. Input. Okay, input tag is an empty tag, but it has attributes and values. Okay, so the first thing we are introduced from the attribute, let me show us this input so that we know what it means. You can see this box, so that is the input, that is the work of input tag. Okay, so the first thing we introduce here is type. Okay, the type attribute, then we specify that is meant for text. See, that box is meant for text. Then another thing is the ID. Always remember our ID should be the same with our for. Okay, we should we should not forget that our ID should be meant, we should describe it in a way that it will link to what we are describing in the input box. Okay, because we are describing our first name now, and this input is for our first name, so we have to be very careful. Then is f name, that is our ID, it should be the same with our for. Okay, then another thing is we have introduced our text, we have introduced our ID, then name. Okay, name. So the name will be for first name, okay, let's see and view what is it. So you can see that it's still the same. So now introducing that first name, it should tell your client that it will only accept only one name. Okay, so another thing that I will introduce now that will make it look unique is a placeholder. Okay, I hope we have seen how this thing is now. So let's now check out the work of placeholder. Okay, so our placeholder attribute will be for, let's say, first name. That is a dynamic design. That's what you want something to be displaying in the box for client to understand what you really want them to introduce in each box. Okay, first name. Alright, let's view it. You can see that first name inside the box. It's just there. It's not that is it's just a temporary uh, something. So immediately you start typing something, it's going to disappear. Okay, so it's just there for designing sake for your clients to understand what you are trying to do. Okay, all right, so I'll stop here, and our assignment will be for us to go and create the input and the label for last name. Okay, but don't forget to always introduce your break tag for your work to drag down to the next line so that it will not join it on the same line. So introduce the break tag, then continue from there in our next lesson. So bye for now. See you in the next lesson.